Good morning, traders. Are you guys ready to go ahead and get it going here? Get that chicken dinner. I know that probably you guys have spent a little bit on those fireworks last night, but we got fireworks right here, baby, on Live Trading with Benzinga. Smash that like and let's get it started.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Those words have been dancing around my head all night. Oh, it's Vegas law, that phrase.
Kiana.
Fisher.
Choi.
Joe. Cards drawn are the past, ones to come are future.
And the best part? It's beatable.
Lord Ryan in the house.
That's a hell of an intro. Welcome back, folks. Hope you had a lovely 4th of July weekend. I hope you celebrated it and had a great time. I know I did. However, long weekends always show me how addicted I am to the stock market because I have been waiting for the open today. We are almost there. Let's get it today. Mitch, how was your holiday weekend?
I don't know, that tune just gets me going here. I'm ready for the chicken dinners. I'm ready to get back into it, in the hot seat like always. And one thing that we're going to keep on watch is, when do we get a true bottom in this market? I think that everyone's looking for it. But the question is, have we had that moment where the bulls given up? I think the bulls are still a little animate every time we get a move on up. So we're looking for them to kind of wash on out. But I think we are getting a little bit closer. I think in the next quarter or two, we'll definitely probably see the bottom. But the question is, when will that come? AC is fixed. AC is fixed.
I was going to say, first of all, I completely agree with your assessment there on the bottom. I think we will see it here, but it's not here yet, and we're going to have to wait and see what happens over the next, I would say, couple of months here. AC is fixed. That's true. I'm definitely happy. I had a great weekend. I did a lot of reflecting this weekend, a lot of personal thought about myself and the future. That always makes me really happy. So lots going on. Remember, I travel to the HQ tomorrow morning. My flight takes off. Well, the sun will be up, but it's really, really early. So I'm going to be at the HQ for the rest of the week. I cannot wait to see the team and to be broadcasting from the HQ. So love to see a whole bunch of returning faces. Chris, how's it going? Jessica, hope you're doing well. Busy Bee Trading, Red Del Papa, Chris, Jay, Edson. Oh, man. Born, the whole crew is going to be here today. Mitch, are you excited? Are you ready to get going?
Always ready to get going. Now, one thing I will need is a little bit of pinky up action. We'll get that going in a second here. But the first thing I need more is, of course, Benzinga Pro and my man, Lord Ryan, walking me through some stocks.
You got it. Now, one of the things I will say here is that it is a little light today. There's not a whole lot on the movers tool. We are going to take a look at what is on there. RBCN, Rubicon Technology. This is having a pretty massive gap up. This is gapping up into the mid-teens. I'm hoping that this gets wild here today. This is going to be what I'm going to watch out of the open here. I am going to reduce size on it a little bit just because I don't have much of a feel for this particular stock. Next one here, might be the stock du jour today. This is RMed. They, of course, have a issue here this morning. Raw Medical System shares are trading higher. The company announced it had received FDA 510K clearance for its DABRA 2 catheter. So we got some FDA clearance here. Excuse me. We got another penny stock that's gapping up almost 100%. If you recall, pretty much all of last week, the penny bios were on fire. Looks like so far that's going to continue into the session today. if this is pretty much the only target here today, or if this is the where all of the volume is, maybe I will try to trade it. But just like my rules always are, I am going to try and avoid this, with this being a stock that's under $1. Problem is that you can't force trades, right? So if the movement or if the opportunity exists in stocks that are out of my, let's call it, wheelhouse, then it's going to be time for me to adjust to that. So we'll see what's going on here. RMED probably going to be your biggest mover, already trading 16.1 million shares here this morning. This looks to continue into the regular session. Sticking with that theme, we had a couple more penny stocks here. NBEV, which we have done, I believe it's I can't remember if it's NBEV or SBEV. I think it was SBEV. Anyway, NBEV gapping up here today. Another penny stock here. Volume is kind of tapered off, so we'll see if this ends up getting rejuvenated once the market opens. That's the one thing I'm going to be looking at here. I didn't mark these levels off because I'm probably not going to trade that one. Other one here is TYME. I can't remember exactly, but I feel like I've gotten burned on this ticker here before. So this does have a catalyst. Time Technology shares are trading higher if the company announced it will be acquired by Cirrus. So probably no trade here. We'll see. I'm definitely going to watch all of these. I'm actually more interested in what my scanner tells me, just because the movers doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of setups. Now, if we look over to the, if we look over at the SPY here, you can see that we actually are pretty much down into the area where we consolidated on Friday. Question for me here is, are we going to break the lows from the SPY? I've got the low here at 373.78. That's 3 points about from where we're at. I do not expect us to move to the upside target here. I have it marked off at 383.86. That was going to be one of those pretty big support levels. I don't think we get back there. I think if we even get to 380, that would be pretty good work today. We'll see if there is a bounce in the cards. So I'm going to be watching the SPY kind of back and forth. But Mitch, I'll be honest with you, man, that's really all I got today. I was hoping to come out firing, but the market hasn't really given me a whole lot of opportunities just yet.
Can't blame you on that. It's one of those days, right? That's a day to react versus day to kind of question and kind of be ahead of the things. One of the things that I think you can keep on watch is, are weak stocks going to get weaker? That's what I would be watching. Weak stocks get weaker, right? And so I'm looking at software names. I'm looking at stocks like, of course, Kathy favorite here, like Roku. So stocks that were strong or that were weak getting weaker. And so you look for stocks that bounce, and you're going to look for it to continue to leak. Like, let's say this Lucid trade, I could see this continuing to leak. I was looking for a bounce into the 18 to kind of swing it short, but hey, if we're just going to get a flush down through the lows today, I'm definitely going to maybe take a shot there through the 1650s. Just keep these on your radars, right? I mean, Tesla also a weak stock that is weak, that could flush down today, right? And so those are the kind of stocks that I'm looking for. And just to kind of point towards some other one, NIO was really weak kind of last week, has some bottoms to go through, could cut through 21 today, and then we just start leaking out through 20s, getting back down there towards the 18s. What I would watch is a stock like ARKK, right? There's going to be a kind of read for these stocks. If you see ARKK go into the green, yeah, you could potentially see these trash stocks bounce. But if not, you might see these get hit again. A lot of these are growth names with high P&E forward look. And so one of the things that you can watch is stocks like, let's say, like Unity. They caught a bounce, right? Heading right back to the lows. Roblox, right back down. And so this one's actually at 35. I'm actually going to be watching for this one. I think this one's setting up for a good one because it's setting up for the bullish look. And then I think it's all of a sudden just going to start looking bearish here. So we'll see what happens here. We'll see if this one can come on back or not. Snow is another one that has a nice bullish look. But if it cuts through today, gets back down there towards the 130s, it's not going to be looking bullish here. So we'll see what happens on these names. These are some of the names that I'm going to be watching today. Let's take a look at oil names. Oil coming right back down here. So we need to see a huge change in oil. If not, we're going to probably look for some continued downside action. If you wanted to look for that downside action, I'd say look at DRIP, maybe for the day trade, as you see this already start peaking. And look at the daily It has some good levels to go to. I would maybe be looking for a pullback closer towards 24.76, but it already kind of pushed from that level. Look for maybe an opening tick down below 25 and then pushing through 25 is what I'll be watching. And that's if we see continued downside in oil. Of course, you can also watch maybe some defensive names. How are these doing? Are we getting some bounce back in names like this? So I would take a look at maybe food distribution, or maybe you're looking at some discount stores here, and we'll see how these kind of perform. Stocks like Walmart was actually heading towards the low of the daily range here. So we want to see that kind of trend change. Ollie was at the top of the range here. So we'll see how that's kind of getting on up there. Oh, actually, DG was at the top. Ollie's getting off the support there. So that was strong the last couple of weeks. Did give us a week sideways. Look for these to kind of continue. DG, Dollar Tree, start pushing through 160s. I actually like the Dollar Tree setup as it's pulled back. If it gets on up through 160 today, I see it getting towards 162.75. Like always, make your own investment decisions, guys, but I'm going to keep these on my radar. Also, a stock like BJ showing a nice little push here. I do think this stock could make a nice little push back here and then push back above 65. It's already pulled back last week. Could take out 65 this week and then give us a nice level for a breakout on BJ. With that one, you can watch also like Costco. I think Costco is one to keep on watch here. You're seeing it push. You're seeing it try to get back through 500. If it can get through 500 today, I think you'll start seeing some lift.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go ahead. Let's catch up with the chat. If you guys got a stock you want to look at, we can take a look at. What do you got for us, Ryan?
Well, first of all, I want to say good morning to the judge. How's it going, my man? I'm sure you're looking dapper and sharp as always. Thanks for joining us
Judge
today.
is going to get
Lynn,
paid, man.
Beth, tons of. I want everyone to feel welcome here this morning. So, okay, the other thing that I wanted to go over real quick is if you're looking at the oil futures chart, you'll see it's trading down here quite a bit. Looks like we're down 3.5 points here, so about 3.5%. The one thing to watch today is going to be that. Now, here's the comment in Benzinga Pro. U.S. equity futures lower following the holiday weekend. Crude falls following Citi's comments on potential drop to $65 a barrel by year end on recession fears. Now, that'd be great for the pain at the pump that people are people are experiencing right now. That seems a little optimistic. Frankly, I'd love oil to come back into $65 a barrel. That would be great for everybody, including the market. But that seems a little optimistic. I'm not sure if we're going to get there by year end. However, we are seeing it here drop today. We'll see if that ignites some of the oil plays, maybe to the downside. If you have oil plays, you probably want to watch those out of the gate here. And then we'll see what other stocks that affects. I saw XOM being mentioned in the chat. Of course, Tesla's being mentioned in the chat. It wouldn't be a day in reality if Tesla was not being mentioned in the chat. Mitch, I'm going to go ahead and put your screen up. With the oil fall as the backdrop, what are you thinking for stocks like XOM and Tesla, if it's at all related?
I will keep in mind, though, you are right about that City one. Just remember, JPM said $380 a barrel today.
Like I said, they like to fight. I'm not on either side. I'm just going to watch how the cards shake. I'm not going to bet in either hand there. I'm just going to watch to see what the cards tell me as they fall. So,
well, one thing to keep in mind, I think what you watch is Russia. Russia. I'm going to say it again, guys. Russia.
You sound like a politician now.
No, this is it. This is literally it right now. It's either they determine that, hey, we're going to really strong arm the oil markets and we're not going to let some of these 5 million barrels out. We're just going to hold down to them and say, F what happens to prices. We'll be okay here in Russia. Well, of course. I mean, that could be an outlook that they take, and that's the case for the $380 barrels and things going through the roof. But there's also the case of demand destruction, right? And seeing that the prices get too high and it gets to a point where you start seeing that demand destruction. But of course, I think there's another thing here that, I mean, at the end of the day, we need oil, right? I mean, there's millions of workers that can't just determine, hey, I'm not going to work because the oil prices got too high, right? So I know that there's demand destruction outlook, but I remember there was a time when $120 a barrel seemed out of question, and I was looking for 120. Now I could potentially see a case where we maybe don't go towards 380, but I see a case getting to 180s and potentially maybe even $200 a barrel. So just be careful out there, guys. I
Yeah.
do think that that is a case that could be out there. Maybe not 380, but I think 200 is definitely in play here. It's going to be all dependent on what happens there. But I do have Boeing up because I did get a question in the chat. What did I think about Boeing? I said it needs to hold here. It needs to get back above 141. Look at all that rejection in the 141s. Can't hold there. If it doesn't, I think it gets right back down towards those lows and maybe presses this 113. I think eventually you might see Boeing underneath 100, and that's what I would say. But you guys know that I've called some real hard downside to Boeing before, so I might just have a bias here. Let's keep going. Let's take a look at some other stocks. I think you keep on watch what happens in oil. Could have an effect also. I mean, just look at the basic materials and how this is really falling off the chart now. This just shows us that, hey, we are getting a little bit of a pullback here in a lot of areas. So you got to keep on watch what is going to bounce up and what isn't. Right now, lumber is trying to push back up. Gold has tried to push back up, can't hold any gains there. Building materials trying to come back, paper products, steel has really fallen off a cliff. Copper has fallen off a cliff. Chemicals, even more of a cliff there. Agricultural inputs also falling off. You got coal falling off, aluminum falling off. So we need some of these to come back to show us that basic materials are where we should be trading. Right now, it's not looking like it. All right, we're going to keep watch also financial services as they did get a little bit of a bounce, but then that couldn't hold really. An area that we have seen strength recently is in biotechs, right? So keep this on your radar. What happens to biotechs this week? One of the things to keep on watch is it had a really strong week, and now it's had that in-between week here. Now we want to see if it continues to push, right? Stocks like Amgen, stocks like Gilead, keep these on your radar. I think these are some to definitely kind of watch. If you see these kind of continue, we can keep on watch some of these biotech names. Moderna, also one that's showing some lift right into Fridays. It pushed towards the 150. If it can hold 150 today, I'm looking at this chart as being one of these bottoming charts that could have some rally in it. So just keep these on your radar. Biotechs have been strong.
And real quick, Mitch, let me jump in here. Jay Gray, great spot here. I actually didn't catch this. It actually just recently started moving here and jumping up this list here and trading on higher volume. So MTech, this one definitely going to be in play today. Looks like they had a PR here about technology to be deployed for a spacecraft. So they, I believe, do telemetry and other types of things for space travel. So we'll see if this ends up being in play today. Sure looks like it here from the morning. 173 is going to be your pre-market high. We've got 4 minutes till we open up here. So we'll see if this can stay in that range. We'll definitely watch this one. This one is interesting. Wanted to go through the list here for a couple of more real quick. Clovis. Here, okay. Jessica, you were asking about Veru here. Let me get your comment. Veru looks like there's a bit of a curl to the daily. Can anyone confirm? Jess, looks like it tried to curl on Friday, but really kind of got smacked here. I would be careful here. I would say that if it loses this low, it's likely to go lower into this gap, maybe even single digits if things get really ugly. On the other hand, if it does in fact curl and it takes out this formation here, let's call this spot 1180. I think that this thing could probably rip, probably likely to see 12.5 bucks next. So just be careful. Looks like it might be a line in the sand day here for Veru on where it's going to go. So keep that in mind. There was one more here that I wanted to go over. Clovis. Clovis, this has been on the scanner a lot recently. Had a huge candle from last week. We take a look at that here. We're up again here. Let me get some more price data. We're up again here. Now, this is not from the pre-market, right? This is going to be up from the closing session on Friday. To me, This 296, 295 area is the only area that matters right now. Otherwise, 266 to the downside. So as long as we can build in this area, we'll see what the volume looks like. It's not been there in the pre-market. We'll see what happens when the market opens. If we can attack 3, I think you might have a trade on your hand here on Clovis. This one has been going off recently. So that's we'll keep that one in mind.
All right, we'll see what happens. Definitely looks like there's going to be some action in the cheaper world. We'll see if some of these stocks get moving. Like always, we'll definitely keep on watching. If you guys got a ticker you guys want us to check on out, we got about just under 2 minutes, 1 minute towards the bell here. So throw it on up. We'll definitely be ready for the market here.
Keith Smith asking about TSN, Tyson Foods. This is a stock that, of course, I've traded quite a bit before. I actually do like this in a recession. I think that they're set up to kind of handle that better than other companies. Clear downtrend here. I do think that this, in a good market, this is probably $100 stock. So I'd be looking for this to bounce. To me, right here, 80 is going to be your support level. You're going to swing this. I don't think that's a bad idea. The way I would set this trade up is 82, maybe 81.50 as a stop versus the current price of 84.50, and then looking for 90s, 95 or thereabouts on a swing here. So I like Tyson. First thing that it's got to do is clear out this formation here. It looks like it needs a break above 87.
One thing I'd keep on watch, that XOM 85. That's where I think the support is. If it can hold there, then yeah, maybe you find some support right now. But it is pointing towards the downside right now. We'll see what happens here at the bell. Looks like we got about 30 seconds to the bell here. And we'll see what happens here. Of course, keep these on your radar. And watch the SPY, right? The SPY rejected 381s multiple times last week. So that's the upside level for us. Above 382s is upside potential for me. Anything below 375s is really going to get me starting to get short on this market, because a break of 373.80s will really start seeing some downside action. And we'll see that continue. Right now, you can keep on watch to see what happens to Apple. Does it get back above 140 today, or below towards 135? We'll see what happens. Here's the bell. Like always, guys, give us a stock. If you guys see something moving, we'll be ready for the bell here. Hit the like. Let's go, guys. Smash up those likes. I want everybody supporting our stream. One thing we've noticed is we've gotten some drop in the like game, so please support us. Hit the like button, and let's get towards this bell. Let's do it. Ring that bell. Ding, 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 ding. Let's go, baby. Sound the alarm. It's time to make some money.
So real quick, MTech did pop out of the gate here. I was not fast enough to get this. So we'll see if I got a high here of 182. We'll see if MTech can keep going here. Definitely strong out of the gate. I did not catch this. 0 trades so far, not currently in it. Going to keep watching it. Let's check in on some others here. Armed first move here is up a little bit. Let's see if that can clear out its formation.
Roku down about $1.50 right out the gates there, guys. I was looking for this trash stock to get trashed on. Look at that candle right out the gates. That's what I'm looking for. Now I need a bounce here to get VWAP short. VWAP is around 81.70s, but look at that. $2 spike down there on Roku right out the gates here. Maybe should have taken a shot there at 82s out the gates, but hey, I normally look for the bounce back. We'll see if we get a bounce back, but Roku just flushing here right out the gates to the lows, broke through that low of 81. Now we'll look to see if we get the bounce, but definitely downside action there in Roku to begin with.
MTech next leg up here. I'm scared about chasing it here, so I'm actually going to wait for a setup here on MTech. Might not get it. This stock is strong and has tried to run away here. Again, really don't want to chase and start my day off on the wrong foot.
Looking for a bounce back in Roku, not getting it just yet. We'll see if we get it. Apple, Tesla just getting crushed here also.
Tesla is getting crushed as well. How's Lynn and Randy? How's your Tesla trading going? Would love to hear your game plan if you have one today on Tesla. MTech pulling back here. This is actually what we need.
Man, Roku just getting crushed there, about like $2 there. No bounce there for me to get short there though. It's down there about $2 from the gates. We'll see if we can get a bounce back. All right, if you guys got a name you want to take a look at, let me know, guys. DE down 5%. Yeah, DE getting hit hard.
Trying PGen here real quick. I feel a little slow today on all of them. So PGen clearing out this formation. Looks like it wants to make a move up here. Just going to be really quick on this. Not gonna have a very, very tight stop. Really needs to break 158. All right, out PGen didn't do it. Not going to stick around and wait for it to make up its mind. 0 for 1 today so far.
All right, looking here at PG for a potential short here off the VWAP and want to see it reject to break out above 145.50s. Then I can hammer onto it. Here's that test towards 145.50s. Want to see it reject it. SPY down there to 374.76 there. Just to kind of mention, from this morning, from around, let's say 8 a.m., we've already been down about 1.86 there on the SPY. Roku bouncing strong here. I actually rather look for Roku than PG here, but I do like that one. Now it's getting on up there towards the VWAP. VWAP I have at 81.21. Looking for a move above 81s here to get short on Roku.
So MTech made a run here at 2, but kind of pulled back. Let me pull up MTech on the screen here. See, we've got PGen still trying to go here. We'll see if I can catch the right one.
ARKK catching a little bit of a bounce. If you wanted to maybe attack that stock, you could do a SARK trade to the upside. That is off VWAP right now, but looking at some other trades here on Roku short.
MTech has a spot here at 193. Pretty big seller there. We'll see if they can chomp on that. Having trouble getting over that, though.
Did not get the 81.20s there. It did get towards the 81.20, but I missed a little bit of a bounce there in Roku. We'll see if I'm able to get into it here.
MTech on this pullback here, a little bit of consolidation in this leg up area would be exactly what I'm hoping for. So let me zoom in here so I can show you what I'm talking about. If it consolidates in here, especially if we wick to the bottom, to me, it looks like it's going to constantly push the top of this level, and we'll see if we can end up breaking through here. The one big reason we talk about it all the time, one big reason why I want to wait out consolidation and things of that nature is because I don't want to be stuck in the stock on a huge pull. What happened, Mitch?
A little annoyed, no fill there in Roku. It's already back down there. Missed the VWAP fade there, but just going to let it go right now. A little annoyed because I wanted it. I was looking for the fill, wasn't able to get it. No worries, you're good. AREC or AERC. Giving me a little bit of alert here. This stock going a little bit kind of AERC. I don't know if you guys know this one, but it is going a little bit strong here right now.
AERC traded out a whole bunch, man.
Yeah, alert here, going through 13 there, from 1240s to 1320s there. Doesn't look too bad now. Looking for a VWAP bounce type of trade, but it is strong right now. Missed that entry for Roku. Would have been a nice entry, just literally just distracted on too many stocks, looking for too many things. See if we get a pullback here in that stock there, that AERC. It is light there on volume there, so just be careful there. It is light. Roku down there. We'll see what happens. Let's take a look at the SPY. SPY holding some support right now.
MTech got through 92, 93 here. We'll see if it goes. I'm sized in, but a little bit smaller position here. I really don't want this to crap out, so we'll see.
Energy and basic materials getting hit the hardest. All I had to do was
buy, Mitch. All I had to do was buy.
How it is sometimes. Drip going up there. I talked about drip. That's the opposite way of gush. Very slow on AERC. I like the look here, but I would want to get 1278s versus 1290s here. Let it go to 1275 and then get stopped out. It's a tough one there right now. Looking to see if we get anything in the green. Everything's in the red right here out the gates here. PG trying to push through that 146. There's AERC back up there through the 13s, up there to the 1320s, but didn't see the pullback, and the spread was a little bit too wide for me there, for me to take a shot.
Here's MTech curling back up towards that 192. Remember, it took 192, couldn't take 193, but it was sure trying. So here, let me pull it back up here.
Gotcha.
I was watching AERC like you had called out. So here, let's watch MTech, see if it can get above this here. 182 is your VWAP here.
There it's pushing.
There goes MTech. MTech really struggling when it gets up to that 193 supply. So the consolidation here, this formation needs to be taken out before we can move higher. They're trying though.
AERC now up there to 1337s. Eric AK trying to get back through the lows, so definitely in my eyes that Roku trade looking interesting for me. If it could come back to me, I would definitely get short. Missed the 8120s there, and we would have been up about a point on that trade there. We'll see what happens there.
Yeah, Armed going. Sorry, I'm not watching it, guys, but Armed is going. If you're trading that, good stuff. I'm not in that. That was the stock, as we said, that could have been the stock du jour here that had a nice issue on it this morning. So thank you for the call out, Jay.
Snow trying to break out. I'm going to give it a chance here. If not, I'll probably get short here. Snow trying to break out here. It's going to do an attempt here. Let's see what happens. A close above 142 is what we want to see, getting up there towards 143.
Okay, MTech took out a huge seller at 190. That's encouraging. Let's see if it can make that move towards 193. That's really what it's going to need here. There's a pull. Volume is still pretty good here.
We'll see what happens on the SPY. It's fighting the 373.80 level that I talked about in pre-market. Talked about how if I saw a flush down below that, that's where I could see a real kind of continuation, and we're bouncing right off of that level here. You'll see it right underneath here around the 373.80 level. You saw a low there of 79, pretty much 80. Snow tried to push up there and then came back here. Let's see what happens now. Does it hold the pullback here towards 142, or does it break 142 on the downside action and just trap people alongside? Been seeing too many traps to the upside, so I'm waiting to see what happens today. Dollar Tree moving good today. A nice little push right out the gates here. PG pulling on back there after attempted push to get to the highs. BJ doesn't look too bad.
Sorry, still kind of watching MTech here. It's going to probably be a stop out here.
Trying to be patient here, not get too crazy early out the gates here.
Yep, stopped out of MTech, not working here for me. 0 for 2 here today, so going to be looking to be a little bit more tactical at this point.
No stress, rub it off. Let's keep going. Roblox screen, you're right. Reason why I didn't get short on there. ARKK recovering, guys. So it looks like growth is trying to make a push back here towards the upside there. BJ looking interesting here. About 75-cent profit for a 25-cent risk here. Only thing is the spread is about 20 cents there. So you got to take that into account.
MTech went to that VWAP, stopped me out, immediately bounced. Hate seeing that. Absolutely hate seeing that. It just tells me I traded this poorly.
Moderna taking off there, guys, and Pfizer is actually holding back here. So a little part of me thinks that you might get a bounce there in Pfizer and it comes back up. But Moderna definitely pushing towards the upside, even though a lot of it is getting declined right now. BRTX trying to hold.
Here goes MTech trying to go finally. Nope. Big yank. Careful on this one, folks. This one is definitely not the easiest trader that we've had here. So it looks like it wants higher, but as soon as it goes higher, they yank the heck out of it. Might be better off buying the pullbacks on MTEK.
BJ is still looking good there. Just going to leave it alone because of the spread. But it is tightening up there, 10 cents on the spread there. 64s would be the look here through 64.75. BJ here, you'll see here the pullback, 5-minute VWAP off of 63.90s. You're looking for it to push right back through that high of this candle here. That's 64.81 there, so it doesn't look too bad there. You're getting 64s, and you're trying to take that shot towards the upside on BJ.
MTech looking like it's trying to test too. Shelly says, Ryan, AC fixed. No more baked, Ryan. You got it, Shelly. AC is fixed. Ryan is in good shape.
Ollie looking good here today also. So BJ is not a bad one there. I'd look for a little pullback here to 63.75s, a little balancing out there, then going for the 64 breakout. Let's look for that pullback to come touch 63.50s, go sideways for a little bit, then get that push back up. A lot of what I've been noticing is a lot of fake outs early on, and I'm trying to be more patient on those fake outs.
Chips are going here. Angel's asking, what's the news on chips? Give me a sec here. I don't see it yet. Don't see it yet. We'll let you know when I hear or see it. MTech looking like it's going to try 2 here. Big seller at 2 if it could take that out, but it looks like it wants to try that for sure. Here we go. I think we pop above 2 here.
AERC coming back through that 13 look. Just wash some people out here, so it doesn't look too bad here for me.
Oh, the Micron CEO is on CNBC, which I don't have it on, right? So that's why I'm not sure.
MicroStrategy. Pushing a little bit. Looking around for some trades out there. Not finding anything much right now. I did see oil came back and bounced there. So you guys can watch that. Gilead coming back a little bit. Let's see Pfizer come off of this bottom here and start pushing back up. SPY coming back here towards VWAP. Saw some bottoming around where? The 373.80 level. Wouldn't you know it? A little range bound on the SPY.
All right, out of MTech for right now. MTech, I think my gut tells me this wants higher. My gut tells me this wants to break above 2 for sure. We'll see if it ends up doing that. Buying the breaks has been tough on this. It's almost better to buy the pullbacks. So I'm out of it right now. I'm going to wait for a setup. I'll be honest, if it does try to break that 2, I might try to join in. It'll be reduced size, but would look to add on a pullback here around VWAP of 185.
All right, gonna look to see if the SPY turns around. It's 9:45, so we're getting a little bit of a test towards the upside. Kind of expected, you know, we get this often on the SPY. So reversal around 9:45 going into 10. I'm gonna give it a little bit of a chance to give me the next move here. I agree with you, Michael, is saying that the SPY is trying to reverse here. Yeah, it is. We'll see if it can continue, right? That's what it's all about. I will put a little bit here, a little pinky on out, and it says Micron warns of weak demand. Well, I mean, I think we've gotten that from a lot of places in the semiconductor area. So just be careful out there. You could see those semis take more hit.
Now, speaking of the semis, it looks like the SPY gap down here, and it looks like it's trying to find its footing here. Same with the NASDAQ and the Dow. So it looks like we're trying to bounce here. Really, the question is going to be how short-lived is this bounce going to be, or do we continue? Certainly looks like it's trying right here. MTech coming back in towards the VWAP here as well.
I've seen a little bit of a risk on coming in here for technology, as you're seeing it try to get itself into the green right now. It's our leading sector right now from the open, trying to get into the green. So I'd keep an eye on those tech names, see how those kind of bouncing back right now. How's Tesla? How's Apple? There's Apple showing me a little bit of strength. I always look for Apple, right? To kind of lead the party here.
Yep.
You're seeing Apple trying to lead the party right now. So let's see if Amazon's a good stock to trade now that it's cheaper, right? So I'm going to take a look here at Amazon to see if we get a pullback to VWAP if we are going to continue this upside action. But I'm just looking at the SPY to see if we just click off the VWAP and come right back down to the lows. That's what it's looking like right now. So
big pull on MTech here. I'm not in it. I have not bought this pullback. It actually went right through the VWAP and is now beneath VWAP. VWAP now acting as resistance. I am watching EVFM here, especially if this can curl through 1. It's trying to curl, and it's doing it on some pretty good volume here. So if we can curl through 1, we might have an opportunity. EVFM, Echo Victor Family Mike.
all right, short here, Roku here, short Roku. I'm going to hold off of anything above 8260s is going to get us out. Want this to clear out through the 82s, come right back down here. So short Roku here. We'll see if this can kind of hold that 8250 mark. That's what I really wanted to hold and just start smacking back down here towards the low. There's 8186 back down to VWAP. Let's see if it can crack VWAP. If we crack VWAP, we get into the 8150s. I'll take some profit off there.
And we just talked about the market bouncing. It looks like that bounce is, at least for right now, kind of stalled. We'll see if the market can catch here and continue that move up.
What are your thoughts on Apple daily setup? Could this help lead the market higher? Yeah, we can take a look at that. Let me put up the 3 charts here, and I'll try to put Apple on the left-hand side or right-hand side. I got Roku on the right-hand side, so we're going to leave Roku on there. But let's see if we can get to 81s here, and I can take about a point profit here. Did get to the 8150s there. We got a different VWAP on mine there, a little bit higher there. So I've got VWAP at 8131s. Want to see that break and not VWAP bounce and get right back up there to 8250s. That will stop us out. Okay, let's put Apple here. And so you're looking at that bounce there. If you're looking at the daily levels here, daily levels have a kind of strong candle that was put in on Friday, but it needs to get above that close of that body. The close on the body is 139.02. Where do we see rejection now? At around 139. So if it gets above 139, I do think you get a daily setup back there towards, let's say, maybe 142, 144. But if it rejects that, it could easily cut down to the low there, going towards the 135s today. So we'll see what happens right now in the 5-minute and 15. It is trying to push back there towards the pre-market high, but can it get above 139s today? That's what I'd be watching on Apple. We'll see if that can hold.
Clovis
SPY coming right back down.
Yep, SPY. I was just going to say, SPY's coming right back down. Interestingly enough, Clovis, the first move here was down. It does look like this is trying to curl here. There's some size here at 259. really, I think this needs to get above 260 to make its way back towards VWAP here at 266.
Nice rejection from 82s on Roku there. Let's see if it rejects and breaks through the VWAP now. Big thing is the SPY taking out the lows. That's going to help us on the trade. You see how the SPY is coming to the lows there? What happens at this 373.81s again? Do we break that? We talked about how it's support. We need to see that flush through to get our trade also to start flushing back. There's the 373.80s, and it just bounces right after it hits the 373.80s. We'll see what happens there on the SPY, but you can see here, I'm going to go to the 1 minute so you guys can see that more and more how this keeps bouncing off of that level. Let's make this the big chart here. So you guys see here the 373.80s level. Can we break through that level? If we do, I'll probably see we see some continued downside. Right now, we're fighting that level like crazy right now on the SPY. See what happens here, guys. Has a little bit of that Roku. Can we get Roku to continue cracking here? All right, SPY just cracked there, and then what does it do? It recovers there. That's why we need closing of bodies, right? Closings down below that level, not just wicks. Wicks get the emotions flowing. Closing are what technical analysts are looking for, because wicks are just price extremes, guys. I think that's another thing to keep this in mind. Wicks, price extremes. SPY trying to make a W. We'll see if it makes that W. Double bottom, W. That's what you're seeing. So you're seeing this action. So you're seeing kind of this action. Holding off of that, coming right back. Can't blame you for the W outlook. Let's see if it holds, though. I see you, Michael. No worries. All right, guys, let's keep on going. Like always, I need you guys to do me a favor. Take a second, hit the subscribe button, and hit that bell so you guys can be notified the moment that we go live, guys. Let's keep it going, guys. Hit the likes on up. I'm trying to push towards the likes. Can we get to 200 here before 10:30, guys? I want to keep going today, but I'm setting a like goal here of 2:30. By 10:30 a.m. If not, we'll be wrapping up early. Don't want to do that, but we need you guys to hit that like, support us, and keep us going right here on Live Trading with Benzinga. SPY trying to take out those lows. Can we do it? Can we do it here, guys? All right, if we take out the VWAP here, I'm going to probably add on the Roku, trying to smack it down here. We'll see if we get this smack on through here. SPY just playing with people, playing with people. Now we finally get a close of a body where, look at this body closes right at 373. 77, right around that level. Now we get that flush through. Now we get that level. It finally closed below that, and there we got the follow through action. Now Roku just cracking on down here. So what we're going to do is actually we're going to take half off of this trade and look to add it back here. Just took a little bit off there, half off on Roku. Now going to add the trade back here at VWAP if we can reject a bounce towards VWAP. So VWAP right now is around 81.39s. If not, I'm going to look for a continued flush action. Tesla
rolling over, breaking lows here.
Yeah, so that's what we're looking at. We watched it happen. Tesla also nice reject off of that 660 here. Apple, you'll probably see it come right back to VWAP, so we'll see if that VWAP bounces. But look for continued weak stocks, right? Look at ARKK coming on back here. Let's take a look there and see what stocks are breaking in ARKK. So I could do this. I could go to ARKK, look at what is down on the day today. So you see Square breaking down there. Tesla finding a little bit of a bounce there. Shop is trying to fight the 3050s. If it rejects 3025, I think you could see that downside action take out the lows. So Shop doesn't look too bad either.
SPY trying to hold in here and bounce. We'll see if it materializes. Not enough data to make that call yet.
Coin looks like a good setup to the short side. We'll see what happens. SPY did try to break through that low. Can it continue down below that? You can see it trying to recover the 373.80s here. You need to see a close back above 373.80s to show you that recovery. Right now, we'll see if we get it. We did break through that 373.80s. So you got a recovery candle. I haven't seen a close above 373.80s though. And wouldn't you know it, it wicks up there to 374, right back down below that 373.80s. That's why we're paying attention to the closes and paying attention, not paying so closely attention to the wicks. The wicks are what stop people out on the position constantly. And then the next thing you know, the position continues in the direction. So this happens often.
To me. I mean, Mitch, how many times does that happen to me? That's just how it goes sometimes.
And that's when you know that, hey, maybe, wicks are a little bit extreme. And in certain times, we want to just be paying attention to the body. But it's always about your style of trading, right? I mean, that's important. So now we get a close above, right? We got just a close there at 374.09. Now you want to see another candle close above also. What? Higher lows, higher lows. Let that trend continue here. So it could pull back here. It could even be a red candle, but we don't want to see it break through the low of 373.65. That's going to show reversal there coming back to VWAP.
Blue making highs here. I'm not in this. I didn't have it caught or anything like that, but big spike here. Some decent volume today. Got a pretty good looking daily chart here. If we flip out to the day, let me throw my screen up here real quick, Mitch. Yep. If we flip out to the daily here, this is a pretty awesome chart. I'd love for it to attack this area. I mean, we're still, what, $2.50 away from that. So it could be a pretty good move here if we do that. Would love to see the volume increase, although it's got a huge stick going right now on blue.
Added to Roku there. Now we don't want to see 82.20s. 82.20s. Saw the SPY breaking down there a little bit here. Could be a fake out, so just be careful. But just keeping on that eye on there. Want to see the SPY now take out the lows and continue down. I just added there on the Roku.
SPY still on the lows here. Be careful. We've not been able to really grab for that bounce. The bounce only lasts a mere minutes before we resume to the lows here. So just be careful. You can still trade it.
SPY just took out the lows. Let's go.
See?
Don't want to see above 82 on Roku here. Got to keep it tight here, guys. There's the offer side on my wrist here, but the bid isn't there. There's a little push towards the upside. Got to be careful here. Getting squeezed a little bit. Need to see the wick here come right back down below 82s. Out. Showed there 82.50s on the offer side. I'm not going to fight the 82.50s because I know what can happen after that. It's a squeeze on up. Just got a reversal squeeze there on Roku. So look out there, guys. SPY giving us fake out lows to the downside on 373.80s. So what happened there? Look how this body recovered. Look how it recovered, and where did it close, guys? It reclosed at 373.85. Gave me the fake out to the low. Went down there as far down as 373.09, then closing right back up. So it's so important to kind of keep watch on that body.
And Jay, good call. Ahmed, man, this has been moving here. It's set up and took out that, 52.69. Sorry, I was still watching blue here. I got to do a better job of changing the right chart. Ahmed here still took out that high right here. That gave us this move here, moving higher. I think that this probably goes towards 60. We'll see if you're in this. I didn't trade this one. If you did, good stuff. Nice little move here. Nice little move here on Ahmed. Still going, looking strong here still on this move up. Got a couple of strong stocks from last week too. We had LYT obviously on Friday. This thing was an absolute monster. Take a look at the chart here. This thing is an absolute monster. It looks like it's trying to do it again here. I'm not in this. This is a tough trader. Trade's a little thin. Apple suspiciously strong. I agree with that. I would have expected some of these names to be down more. Spy's trying to hang in there, but I don't know. I don't know if I believe it.
So with Apple, a lot of the times at least I see is that it's usually strong when it's down on the overall, but the into the open action is actually green. If you look at Apple overall, it's still down on the day because of a gap down, but it's really green on the day, on the intraday. I think this is going to be important. If the spies take out the lows one more time, I think we finally get that continuation. We're testing it right now, 373.80s. Do we get that continued flush down or not?
Tesla trying to find some footing and hold in here. That's good to see. See if the overall market can do the same.
All right, seeing a little bit of a rollover there. Can we get a close down there? Looks like we just got a rejection again there. Short again there, Roku there off of the 8250s. Just trying to knock it right back down here, guys.
Chris, Apple does look like it wants higher. Our SPY still at lows though. I mean, I would be nervous trading some of these bigger caps against the actual market itself, but it does look like it wants higher on Apple. Oh, oh my! Has anyone else seen this video? This has been making its rounds around the internet. Cringe and funny at the same time. Jessica. Oh man, that's funny.
SPY is going to be very important here, guys. We keep down there. Do we wick right back up?
TYME here. I think if it takes out 40, you might have a trade on here. It needs more volume though. Penny stocks, so be careful.
SPY trying to break through now. Trying to break the new low and hold down there. See if we get that continuation. Looks like the W isn't working out there. At least the W pattern. Showing us a little rejection from the W pattern. Remember someone talked about a W pattern earlier?
Yeah, it was Chris.
Look how this was the pattern he was seeing, W. Watch how when you start coming on up there, look how it rejected it on this candle.
He also called it the butterfly, I believe is what he said.
And it rejected there really strong. That's why it's important to kind of know that level there. The rejection of a holding above 374 is what made that pattern go away.
Art S says the ARC chart is strange.
The ARC chart is strange.
I mean, he's not wrong. Okay, he's not wrong. The daily chart is strange. It's kind of scary, although it does look like it's kind of bottomed out here. Interestingly enough, I mean, if
it can hold 41s,
I don't know. I don't think so.
If it can hold 41s today, it's going to look bullish, guys. So just be careful out there.
MTech moving up. MTech had a huge pull there. It does look like it's curling. It's flirting with the VWAP right now, although it's technically beneath it. We'll see if it can move back up. That 2 spot was the one that was interesting. We're down here at 185, so pretty big pull off that spot.
All right, let's keep an eye out on the SPY here. They are getting a little bit of a bounce there. Not looking like we're holding there. Getting a squeeze there on Roku. Need to see it reject 8250s. Is not going to go ahead and get on out of here. Got 8260s on the offer. Might get me out right here. All right, seeing that bottoming action there. Just trying to get out here on Roku with the least damage here. Rejection from the 70s there, but definitely I'm pushing my luck here a little bit. Got out there. Now I'm in the red. I was in the green here before this trade. That's why I went for one more there. Now we are slightly into the red. Let me check here. Yeah, about one trade cost there. Pushed it a little bit too much there, but hey. Saw the action there pointing towards the downside. It rejected there, getting us out there. SPY still heading down there too, which is the weird thing. So I'm actually looking for to see some bottoming action coming into play because it's just weak leak. This is what happens sometimes when the SPY comes down way too much pre-market. We missed a lot of the moves to the downside. Now we're getting a lot of that return bouncing back here. So look for ARKK to take out 41s and hold there. That's what I'd be looking for. And with that being mentioned, you can watch some other names in ARKK trying to get some of the squeeze on some of the people out there. So names like Roblox holding well
Blue
today.
through 5. Wow.
So maybe you look at Snow. Snow is one that I would be looking for, or Unity to kind of get off the floor there. So it doesn't look too bad there in Snow or Unity. Yeah, those don't look bad at all. Those charts don't look bad. What other stocks are doing well right now? Looks like some of the cheaper names are doing not too bad. Grab is moving up.
Yeah,
That's
Grab. I was looking at that thing trades thick, but that's moving today.
Yeah.
Hi, buddy. What you doing? You look sleepy. He's going to take a nap. He walked a few feet. He's going to take a nap now.
SPY's heading down and trying to break through the lows, but this is how this market is. It's just chop, 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 chop. It's easy to start getting into that point where you're just getting chopped into the inside action, not seeing continuation. Etsy pushing up today, guys. Just want to point that out. That is a good stock that's moving well.
All right, going to try blue here for a high day break. Tight stop.
IO pushing up there.
Blue needs to take out 512. So we're at 510 now. Let's see if it can take out 512. Well, blue stopped at 10 there. So this formation here, this is a powerful one. Want to see this get taken out. We'll see.
All right, seeing the SPY trying to bottom there. Let's see if it can get back above 373.81s and hold up there.
510 again here. Big size there. We'll see if it takes it out. Buddy, some of the group is saying hi. He's washing his stomach. Here goes blue through 512. Up. They yanked it right back down, but I think this one's higher, folks. We'll see. Let's see if we can take that 12 out. We need to build above that. 10 and 12 seem to be the two spots. Both of them were taken out here on pretty good volume. It looks like they're refilling 10. Apple, good call, Chris, on Apple. You've been stalking this all morning here. It did break out of that pattern. Looks like it wants higher now. Oh, they might pull blue back here and set it back up again. Man, Mitch, you are pounding that keyboard, bro.
I'm
Pounding the
pounding
keys.
it. It's just loud. It's loud. It's loud.
No,
I'm
I
hitting it
know.
as
I'm
soft
saying.
as possible here.
No, no, I wasn't accusing you. I'm just saying it's
No,
very, very
I'm
noticeable.
hitting it soft at least. It just picks up, guys. It's just the way it is. Mechanical keyboard, guys.
Yep.
And what do we know it? We're getting a rally here, guys. What did you know it? I'm gonna go
By
for
bouncing.
some Tesla. Man, not fast enough. Just missed out 80 cents there for being slow on getting to Tesla up.
Here we go on blue.
So annoying. Literally was trying to grab it. Ah. Damn you, Tesla. I hate getting into something 80 cents higher when I literally was trying to get into
Blue.
it. It's just
All
slow to the
right,
trigger.
finally, we're gonna take a winner today, folks. All right, took blue here. Nice little winner. We'll wait for this to reset up. About time I got something on the board here. Was 0 for 2 going into that, but we will take that. Let me catch up with the chat here.
A little annoyed there that I missed the Tesla entry there. I missed it by about 80 cents there. Wanted to get in there, but it just ripped without me, so can't do much about that. Fate ripping here, guys. Fate is ripping. If you want to take a look at some biotechs that are pushing, NTLA ripping also there. 8% move up on those. CRISPR moving up. So biotechs, again, guys, we talked about those and how they've been strong lately. If you want to take a look at some cheaper names, you can look at DRTS. You can look at Blue. You can look at PGEN. Some of those cheaper names are doing well today, so keep these on your radar. ASLN. Let me take a look here.
Was that about AAPH? That's at highs here.
Yeah, a lot of these therapeutic stocks, CRISPR Therapeutics, a lot of these making moves on up right now. Moderna making nice moves on up also. So like a stock like Pfizer, I think is going to get off the bottom there. I'll go for Pfizer here.
By the way, monster shout out here. Jessica, 371% gain on a TQQQ put. Way to go. Easy Mike saying, Jessica, you are a sniper. We work both sides. I absolutely love seeing that here. Love the little back and forth here. We just need to figure out, take advantage of any direction, exactly what we talk about all of the time. That is awesome.
All right, looking at a swing trend here on Pfizer as it pulls back, and I'm seeing the industry stay strong here. Wanted to tap against 51s here again. Catch the 5104s and then turn back around. Risk would be 5080. Looking for some bigger volume to come in here. Not seeing it. Looking at Pfizer here, a lot of the biotechs having a good day there. Look at biotech pushing on.
Yeah, they sure are. They're screaming, bro.
Yeah, man. This is the reason why we want to keep our eye on relative strength. Where the strength is, the traders are, baby. This name, never traded it, but CMRX. Look at that setup pre-market and look at that reaction towards the bell. Pretty there. All right, swing trade on here for Pfizer. And take a swing off of 50-80s. We just got in there at 51-15s. Gonna hold towards a risk of that 50-80 down below. And we want to see a close back above the open. The open was 51.61. So we're looking for a push back above 51.50s, closing above 51.60. Swing trade, guys. Swing on.
Mike asking Benzinga, long trade thoughts on ARC, IBB, KWeb, semiconductors. So, Mike, this is actually a really good question. First of all, I'd skip KWeb if it's anything other than a day trade, but we already talked about that. The other thing I'd add to that is that there's definitely going to be a point where technology or semiconductors are good. What's up, Mitch?
Oh man, did I miss a rip there? Remember when I was just talking about a short while ago, I said Roblox up, look for snow, look for Unity rip. Unity just ripped about 6% in like 3 minutes.
Yeah, that's a monster.
One
big candle really kind of set it too.
Snow also taking off there. Roblox also taking off there. So good stocks to watch. So maybe look for stocks that have been beaten down and the software name coming back. Maybe like a SoFi. Boom. You're seeing it push on up. Maybe like a SoFi is interesting stock here.
Hey, buddy, you want to say hi to the group, Sweet Prince? No, he's out of here. He's just going to stand right there. Okay. Jay Rice, great point here. Bio was the first group to get hit in February of 2021. Now it's leading. Now, we've talked about that quite a bit, right? We've talked about how the group that gets destroyed is often the group that bounces first or turns around or has those huge rips. Looks like that's exactly what's happening here in bios.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's take a look around there. I'm looking at the ARKK names that are pushing here. Beam just really took off there, guys. Fate really took off there. NTLA, those three are they're not small cap names. They're with billion caps, and they took off there. So that shows me biotech is strong there, guys. Those three names, BEAM, Fate, NTLA, really pushing. CRISPR right behind those, all kind of bigger names, really taking a lift there.
Don't remember, NTLA had 200 prints, right? 200 prints. So
yeah, it's a lot of biotechs is what I'm seeing. BLI up decent day there. Look at that chart. It's trying to push back there to a 6. Man, that pushing Unity was nice though. Look for maybe Square to catch a bounce here. There you go. It did push on up there. Pushed about 3 or 4%. SPY pushing here. Nah, I rejected the VWAP.
No, it's
Wouldn't you know it? Wouldn't you know it?
It's trying to go, but it's not being successful yet.
Yeah, it's just
big rip here. Good call, guys. Good call on MTech. Huge pull. Yeah, this is nasty though. This is hard to trade. Hard to trade. They pulled that thing, or they traded that thing all the way up to 209. They actually broke the high that we had earlier, and then they yanked it all the way back down to the 180s. Nasty. I'm so glad I was not in that.
Yeah, I think the biotechs seem a little bit more interesting for me, at least. I'm going to be watching those names. Tech getting in slightly into the green here, guys. What is doing well in tech? Electronic gaming and multimedia. So you guys can take a look at some of those names. SE, C Limited getting a push. Even Skills getting a little bit of a lift there. So keep these on your radar. They are getting a little bit of a lift. We'll see if EA is able to get into the green or something like that. But definitely seeing some turnaround there. Software application names, keep those on your radar. We did see stocks like Unity kind of getting a little push. Snow getting a little lift there, up 3.6. Datadog getting a lift today, guys. So definitely a favorite when the market tries to push. Grab up about 12% now. Nice little VWAP bounce there on Grab also. So hope somebody was able to grab that Grab.
I actually tried to trade Grab earlier and didn't do. I think I took an $18 loss on Grab, which is
the sauna taking off today, guys. That shows you more and more the software names are getting a nice lift. The sauna getting a nice lift there. You guys can watch Snow getting a nice lift. Shop is getting a nice lift. Also in the same industry. Software application names doing well today. Uber, Workday, Datadog, even TTD having a good day. Look at that nice little push there. HubSpot, I'd look for it to continue on. We'll see if this can continue the trend right now.
Trevor, I benefited from the huge gain on MTech. I sold fast. Way to go, Trevor. That's one thing to keep in mind is when we have these big movers out the gate, when they leak back down or when they trade back down, worth keeping them on your screen in case you get a big volume pop like that. Awesome that you're able to take advantage of that, my man. Awesome stuff. Still watching MTech here to see. Now it's consolidating below the VWAP. So what I would actually like to see on MTech, let me pull it back up here. I was flipping around here. What I'd like to see on MTech, get a 1 minute. What I'd like to see on MTech is for this cross through this VWAP here and to start building. Got it at 184. Excuse me. So we'll see if it can break above here and kind of build above. Art says CRISPR and NTLA are pushing ARC the most. Yeah, you're absolutely right. They did that on the way up too, especially when CRISPR went to like 1 or NTLA went to like 200. All right, we're trying here on MTech. We're trying to go through the VWAP, but it's struggling there, heavy at the VWAP. We'll see if we can push through. Still watching this. Blue still building above 5. That's decent to see. All right, so we're through the VWAP here on MTech. Let's see if we can get any more push. They just yank it right back beneath. Intrepid, you're still holding MTech. Okay, awesome. Good stuff. Good patience on that one. Hopefully you have a good cost basis. You're not underwater here. Okay, MTech now breaking down from the VWAP. That's why we don't want to do it until we build above. Do not want to be caught in that by any means.
All right, what's going on, team? How we doing out there? All right, let's see what's continuing to move here. Definitely Fate and Bean, just beaming, and TLA, just ripping. Yeah, a lot of these names making nice lifts on up. Man, Tesla, what happened with that Tesla? It's hanging out there. It's hanging out. How's our SPY doing here?
MTech through.
SPY, wouldn't you know it? Just being a trap.
It's a trap.
It's a trap. It's a trap, I tell you. It's a trap.
We're such nerds, but you know what? I wouldn't have it any other way, Mitch. I don't know what else to say.
Well, I mean, you said it well, bro.
It's a trap. It's a trap.
Yeah. I'm a nerd. What can I say?
It's a tough market out there right now, man. It seems like it's nothing but Chewbacca out there right now.
I'm not doing a Chewbacca impression. It's way too early in the morning for that. I mean, I'm no stranger to embarrassing myself, but this early, I think I can wait a little.
Sound the alarm. The SPY is being trappy. Wouldn't you know it? Wouldn't you know it, guys? All right. Looks like we should have done like Zunaid and took a beach break, but we're here with you guys. So smash that like, guys. Let's go. Mitch stole an echo box from a truck driver. I guess I
don't know what that is. You got any context on that one?
I don't know. Maybe I'm echoing. I did steal the box, though. I just don't know if it was an echo box.
I wouldn't admit to that.
Oh, shit. All right. What's going on, guys? How we doing out there? Zunaid's at the beach? Look at that. Some people believe that real quick.
Guys, what's going on with TUP?
TUP?
Yeah, Tupperware Brands. TUP. What's going on here?
Looks like TUP is going through the moon.
I don't see any fresh news. Yeah, this is just law firm stuff. I don't know. It's just
get your Tupperware right, man. Nah, it's I think it might just be kind of short squeezes.
Yeah. Stocks
that have been piled down, definitely pushing back here.
748, decent spot on the daily, but I mean, I don't really see what's causing this. I mean, I guess maybe it's kind of gappy up to 17. I mean, my gosh.
What's interesting to me is the SPY is just collecting volume down here. And so if we do get a really big pushback, you could see some stocks follow the SPY. And that's not normally what you see. Normally the SPY leads us, right? What I'm seeing more along here is some strength in a lot of stocks, but the SPY holding out there at the bottom of the range could take off, right? I mean, what we need to do is we need to see some high volume come into that rip, though. You can see here how the volumes has been dropping off since the open. So that's what I'm going to look for. A big push up here. It could continue going. Apple probably leading us here. You're seeing that it's trying. It's trying. We'll see if this can get on going here. NVIDIA pushing well there. So if you want to take a look at that, maybe AMD and NVIDIA pushing back there. It gives you some strength signals. Looking to see if Tesla going to push.
DK England, thank you. Thank you. New Image acquires Nutrametrics from Tupperware. Now, I'm not sure the significance of that, but that sounds like that's probably the catalyst moving us around today. Much appreciate the look out there.
Appreciate it.
Yep, definitely. Anytime that you guys, have news or anything like that, especially if our source didn't catch it or if it's from an off the beaten path source, definitely let us know. That empowers the group. Keep doing it. DK, really appreciate that.
All right, so in pull back there in Pfizer, remember,
nice day again.
50.78 would get me out there in Pfizer. Well, let it test down there to 50.80s, but not letting it pass the 50.78 level. Nike having a good day there today, making back some of those losses. Etsy having a good day there. Chewy having a good day, man. Chewy. Not seeing much there that I want to come after here. Just kind of got dull there for us there for a second. We saw a big push and then it just got slow. Big push, slow.
Mitch, check your like check. Are we closing up early here because of lack of likes, or are we still going?
What? Let's check it out. Let's see what we're at. All right, guys, smash the like, guys. We got a 200 like goal here. We want to keep going here, but one of the things that we're noticing is we haven't been hitting our like goals. So let's see what we're at. We're at 195 here. We need about 5 more likes. So you guys smash it on up, guys. Come on, keep us going here.
Close.
Boom, baby. 200. Let's go. Let's go. That's what I like to see.
Thank you, folks. All right, so we're staying. All right, good stuff.
Hold.
Good stuff.
Shield wall. Boom. We ain't going nowhere, guys. Let's keep it going. I need that sound bite.
Oh, nice.
Shield wall.
Oh my God! The group got us to 242. Group, you guys are doing it. Thank you.
Smash it up,
guys. Let's go. We got it.
All right, guys. I'm not seeing much out there, guys. So I'm just gonna load up more on Pfizer here. I just see it coming off there. So just took a little bit more of Pfizer here. Want to see if we can continue making just a run back here toward VWAP. We'll see if that happens here.
All right.
A little bit of an ad there. All right, stock came down here, down into the channel. Now we're looking for it to kind of just get that nice V bounce here. Get back towards the highs there.
Blue just made new highs here. I'm not in it, by the way. Miss Whitehorse, thanks for joining us. I hope that you had a wonderful 4th of July. Take care. Stay safe. And we will see. Shannon, same to you. Hopefully you guys had a great holiday weekend. Merv says, you always get a like from me, guys. Really appreciate it. I know we've had so many loyal people in this channel. Mitch and I absolutely love it. It's why we do what we do without question. So thank you very much for your support, everyone.
All right. We'll see what happens on out there. Spy, is it playing games with us? Wouldn't you know it? Just sideways here. Now from about 9:35 to just about now. It's just been sideways here, stopping a whole bunch of people out, and then you might see some action later on in the day. This is why we got to continuously watch that hourly chart to see if we get some continuation. We still haven't gotten it to the upside or the downside. We just got some stopping around the 373s, 80 level.
Kalpana, my first day here, and I'm pretty pumped and excited. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. Hopefully you
Let's
enjoy
go.
your day here, and hopefully that's the first of many to come.
Mm-hmm.
Mitch, I think you and I might need to start giving dad advice at the end of this to just add some type of content to it, get people to come on back.
It's the only way. Only way, man. I'll tell you one thing. I've been working on my lawn out there. You guys that are weed pros, hit me up. I need to get my weed game up.
Mitch just said he needs to get his weed game up, folks. Not the way that you thought either.
You like that one, right?
I liked what you did there, Mitch.
That's some.
I'm sure we got gardeners in here.
Radical canter, as my man Jason.
Radical canter. Oh, that's fun. He'd be proud.
Stopped out there, but he won't be stopped. He won't be proud of the trade. He'll be proud of the canter here. Let's go. Let's go. Stopped out of that Pfizer trade there. It just took down there towards the 50, 75s there. So not going to hang out to the trade there. Getting out there. Small loss there because it's a swing trade, so it's not that bad. Got to get that weed game strong. Only way. Can you comment on a firm, DK England? She's been bringing some good information, so I'll do you a solid. I'll take a look at a firm.
DK been awesome for us. My comment on here is I think that this company prints tens. I think that eventually this stock can actually go to zero.
Yeah. The hard part about this company is that where it came out, right? And so there's really no levels that you have down here. You're going off of prior levels, maybe on the daily, but that's the problem that I see on the chart. And with that being said, it's just hard to determine what's the outcome here. I think what you're watching more along is, of course, credit concerns. If those credit concerns get bigger, a firm heads down. If the credit concerns turn around and we don't have recession, maybe you could see a firm turn back around towards the upside.
Ron,
the dogs are barking. The dogs are barking.
Ron says here, Ryan, I don't think you could give bad advice even if you tried. Ron, I appreciate the support and the extremely kind words and faith that you have in me. I've said some dumb things and I've given some bad advice. So I know it's possible, but I will try to limit it as much as possible for you folks here. We're all about trying to lift the tide for everyone here. Really appreciate the nice words. Happy Tuesday. Good to see you again. Jessica says, only an 18% gain on my put, 38% loss on my call. This sounds like you had boxed TQQ using options. Once that gets closer to green or in green, I'll repurchase the put once it sets up. Okay, it sounds like you have a plan for both directions in that trade plan. Really, really impressive. That's how we want to attack the market. Sounds like you're going to try to unwind those at different times. So good luck with that. And nice job playing both directions to the market. We talk about that here as a group all of the time. Don't trade on hopium. Instead, trade what you are given. And if you're on both sides, you can trade both of those depending on how they move. SOXL being shouted here. Let's see if SOXL is moving. Boom, move to the highs here. Looks like that was going with the SPY. 1121 here. We'll see if SOXL can keep moving. Remember, that's a levered ETF, super liquid, great for day trading. Easy Mike helping us out. Mike, you got some really cute dogs in your picture as well, by the way. Remember, this is free. Just hit the like. That's right. Mitch and I, we will do this as much as we can for free. You just got to hit that like. That's how you can support us. Doesn't cost you anything. Love the team that we love the support that we got here today. Jay says, needed the semis to bottom. Was that day today? Yeah, I agree with you there, Jay. I don't know if that day was today. I feel, honestly, my take is that I don't think we've really bottomed anything in the market. I think that the SPY is probably going to test 340, 350 at that point or thereabouts. And I think if that happens, I doubt that the semis had bottomed. but we'll see. Chris has been calling Apple's strength all morning here. Chris, I hope that you're banking on those trades that you're making. Apple is really doing well. And we're seeing some bounce back from some of these names that were weak, notably Square. This was selling off hard earlier. It's now green, right? So if we take a look at Square here, we had a nice red to green. I'm sorry, Square, block, whatever you want to call it. Don't shoot me. It was big sell-off here out of the open. Nice bounce. Now we're green. That is not the only name like that. Twitter trying to go green here as well. Tesla trying to go green here. I know Tesla gets traded quite a bit. Tesla trying to go green here as well. So it looks like we're having some strength here on this bounce. Let's see if this bounce can continue and we can keep this rally up. You're saying PayPal's moving up too, huh? Let's take a look at PayPal. Ooh, PayPal. Great call.
There.
Great call.
I finally pushed. Yeah, we talked about it with Square earlier, that it could continue to push there. So a lot of ARKK getting that lift there. So ARKK, big lift there, guys. Keep that one on your radar. There's a lot of stocks going to probably start pushing now with the SPY getting a little bit of a push there towards the high there, getting out of this range. We were watching it bounce off to that range consistently. Now you're seeing what? Technology deep into the green, consumer cyclical into the green. So keep that on watch. That's footwear and accessories. You're seeing stocks like Crocs make a nice move up, 8% up. You're probably going to see Nike continuing a nice little lift there. Not bad move there. So keep that one on watch. Residential construction getting a little bounce back. Gambling stock getting a little bit of a bounce back. DKNG getting a little bit of a lift there. Keep that on your radar. You're also seeing what? Healthcare right before it, trying to get into the green there. So keep that on your radar. And from there, I would say financial services, but it looks like consumer cyclical, healthcare, and technology. PGen looks interesting here for a nice little push back towards the twos. This is kind of like more of a cup and handle kind of pattern here. Doesn't look bad at all on the 5 minute. We just need to hold pullbacks to 161s where it held before and try to push up there through the 175 going towards 2. Doesn't seem like a bad stock to keep an eye out on. Don't know this one, PGen. I don't know if you traded this one before.
Yep, traded that this morning actually. It was took a $40 loss on that. That was on that big yank. I got hit on that, so I hadn't actually gone back to it.
All right, like the levels that are going into it right now, we saw a bunch of step up there in the 173s. So putting out an order here, trying to get 172s. All right, there you go. I grabbed 172s there. Going to risk off the 168s here. About 3 cent risk here, trying to get it back up there towards the $2 here. All right, taking a little bit of that PGen action here.
Sorry, just looking around here, folks.
You're good, bro. We'll see if this can kind of keep holding here. So this is also playing into the rule of 3 here. So you guys see the pullbacks. I'm actually going to do them here. And let me do them in a square base so that we can see that.
So let's see. FFIE is being shouted. Yeah, FFIE is strong. This looks like that hit 70. Now through FFIE. Not in this here. This one has actually slapped me before, but wow, great move off 340. This thing is up over $1 already.
Yeah, it's Faraday has a lot of bad research put out there on the negative side. It's a short squeeze type of stock here. 170's just got 50,000 shares there to roll through there on PGen. So let's see if this gets it moving there. 50,000 share order. That's not a little order there. So let's see if it can get moving here. Gonna hold towards a risk there. Don't want to see it below 168 because you can see a test of the VWAP there. We'll look to see if it gets back above 170 going into 2.
So I was just watching FFIE while you were talking there, Mitch, just to kind of recap it. There was a huge seller at 470 that got eaten immediately. This thing went to 478, stopped there. Looks like it's going to try to take 478 out again. Is there anything going on that we can determine with FFIE? That would be the next thing here. This is more than just technical trading. And looking at the volume from the last session here too, somebody honestly knew something.
I would just say it's a short squeeze, but it's up to you guys. Maybe you guys see something else.
Yeah, I don't know. That's why I'm looking. That's why I'm looking around for more news, Mitch.
The reason why I see a bunch of short squeezing around, but it's just that kind of a day, right? I mean, it's about the environment we're in. Ask yourself, are you seeing it show up in other names? Probably are. So what you could do is maybe look up a stock that you think has high short interest and has been pounded on and see if it's up today, to see if that kind of mentality is showing up out there.
Yeah, FFIE, that's crazy. Not in that one. There was.
I'll tell you one thing, I've been wanting to drive one of their vehicles. So FFIE, if you're watching this, please let me know. I need to go ahead and I don't even want to drive your vehicle. I just want to sit in the back seat.
One of the things that I thought was interesting here, well, I've got the chart up here. We were talking about some of the moves there on some of the bios and things of that nature. Looking at BCTX here, this is Bria Cell Therapeutics. Really interesting daily chart here. Definitely some supply in between 653 and 680. We're currently at 640. I actually think if we take a look here today, we went as high as 648. So we tried to take out that area here. To me, this is interesting. I think that there might be a trade here, and you can see this is actually down from 12. I'm going to do some work on this and see what they do and see if it's feasible. But simply looking at the chart here, this looks pretty decent, and it looks like it's trying to clear out this formation. So we'll keep an eye here on BCTX. While I'm babbling here, FFIE going absolutely buck wild as it breaks through the highs yet again on volume here. Two of the biggest sticks of the day coming here in the last 1 minute windows. This thing is just absolutely wild. I'm not in this. To me, this is too extended, moving around too quickly for me to trade. I've already taken a couple of small losses today. I feel like if I play with fire here, I'm going to get burned, so I'm just not going to do that.
Small 5-cent stop out there. PGen was looking for it to kind of move above 2, but doesn't want to kind of hold.
That's what happened to me, Mitch. It looked good, but I just stopped out on it because it wasn't going the direction I had. I figured I'd buy it back. But I haven't really seen it making huge moves yet. Jonathan saying, I like BCTX, but there's a gap around the $3 area. Let me see if I can figure out BCTX.
Yo, this spy playing games here is just
getting it sure is.
Where,
back down. That entire
I'll tell you right now, dude,
eaten.
This will piss off any trader, guys. When you get moves like this, where the stock just pops, then what does it do? It reclaims the whole pop. It reclaimed the whole pop there on the SPY. That's called dead cat kind of action right there. Dead cat kind of reaction is what? Pops on the shorts, names that are highly shorted, and then boom, getting the smackdown put on them. It's just tough to trade action like that.
Yeah, sure is. So I'm kind of just marking off. I'm kind of doing some charting here. Again on BCTX. I'll take a look at this when I have some downtime, although I don't know when I'm going to have that here. We've got a week of travel and golf coming up, but otherwise I'm going to take a look at this one. I like this. I like that. If bios continue to be hot here and this can take out this formation, I think $8 or even $9 is not out of the question here. So I'll let you know if I come up with anything on this, but kind of watching BCTX back burnering it, if you will, but not turning the heat off just in case. Yeah, I found it on there, Jonathan. Thank you very much, though. Born, you're golfing in Detroit. So first of all, Detroit has some pretty awesome courses. It's kind of a hidden gem. But no, I'm actually driving up to northern Michigan, playing two of the better public courses in the entire state with some coworkers. I hope you hit them long. I'm going to try, Born, and I'm going to try to go low, too.
I have to learn to play some golf, man. It's
kind
of hard to get people to play something else that it requires some actual physical condition, but
I'll tell you
we
what.
won't
I'll
go
tell you
there.
what, Mitch. It has changed. It has changed my entire week. Just going out there on the weekend, beautiful summer day, enjoying it. I actually met 2 guys this weekend that got paired with me and my buddy. We had a great time. Really awesome stuff. So I'm really glad I got into it. If you get into it, I'd be happy to fill out a foursome with you. Born, I can't wait to come to Florida and golf with you, by the way. Born, I know we've talked about that. I want to do that really bad.
Don't worry, Jonathan. I'd be with you. I'd be playing horrible rounds. That's why I stick to sports that I'm good at, like basketball, football, baseball. You guys can call me. Soccer, you can call me. Golf is probably not going to be it.
Brian, if I come to DC, you got a golf buddy ready. Brian, I'm going to take you up on that. I appreciate it. Full disclosure here, I just kind of like got back into this year. I used to play when I was a little tyke back, maybe not a little tyke, maybe 14 to 17. I used to play a little bit, but I didn't take it seriously. Now I'm taking it seriously. I am by no means good. We go to play an entire 18-hole course. I'd be lucky to break 90. So just giving you an idea. I did get my first birdie this weekend. I had a 146 yard to the pin par 3 on the 3rd hole, and I stuck my 8-iron within 2 feet from the cup and then made the putt. So a legit birdie with witnesses this season. So that was enough for me to carry me through the rest of the day. I was on cloud 9 on Sunday. That's for sure.
Oh, it's a tough one out there today, guys. That rip that the SPY put in, it just put a lower low here after putting a bunch of lower highs there, or higher lows there, and now it just kind of ruined that trend there. You guys can see it here. It was starting to give you that W, and then no, we're not going to do that. We're going to fake you out to the downside. It's just tough trading right now, guys. I'll tell you one thing. There's a reason why I'm happy that my share size isn't really big this year. And one of the things that you should tell yourself and kind of look around is that in certain environments, you just want to have the brake put on. Just keep the brake put on until you see the gas. Right now, this isn't it. At least in swings or long term, it just isn't it. You see it. When you get these kinds of action where you get a good look, even volume increasing into the move, and what do you get? You run into a bunch of selling. Hockey is our thing here.
Yeah. I'm with Lynn and Randy. I'm with you guys. Hockey is probably my all-time favorite sport. It's what I played when I was younger. I love ice skating. I love being on the ice. I absolutely love hockey. Yeah. Nothing will ever really replace hockey, but I can't play it in the middle of the summer here. And I'll tell you what, soaking up that vitamin D, man, it is so awesome. Yeah, it's relaxing. Golf is super relaxing.
Think about hockey. I think it's just the startup cost for hockey. They're so high.
True. It's true.
Like I always wanted to play when I was a kid hockey, but I just never played because the amount of gear that I would have needed to get just to play one season, it's a massive amount.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If you buy it new, it's super expensive. You can get some good deals on used stuff, but it's just not quite the same. I'm with you there.
Yeah, it's a fun sport, though. I got to say, it's cool.
Yeah, it really is.
It's a really cool sport, but I never got a chance to really play like actual hockey. I've skated. I could skate a little bit, but hey. Good in golf or not, the main thing is you have fun. I mean, I don't have fun unless I'm winning. I'll tell you right now, I have a problem with that. Too competitive.
You're KD competitive.
Yeah, I'll tell you right. If I play a game, you play to win the game. That's shout out
Patrick
to my man
Star
Herb.
wants to bet on where KD lands. I mean, I'm going to be a homer. My bet's going to be the Bulls. I think they figure out a way. They signed two of his former teammates. They've signed 2 of his former teammates that he really likes. I think they're a dark horse. I believe they moved to 3rd in terms of the Vegas odds over the weekend. Let's see KD carry on the legacy in the house that Mike built. That would be pretty awesome.
I would want him to go to the Heat, but that would, of course, mean my man Tyler Hero believes. So I'm going to say no to the Heat. I'm going to say I don't want Durant. And I would.
That's crazy. You don't want Durant.
I'd rather keep Hero than have Durant. But yeah, I know I'm a little crazy for that. But hey,
I knew I was going to hear some crazy stuff today. I didn't think it was going to be that crazy.
You know it. You know it. I don't hold back. Christopher is saying, great call on SoFi. Hey, one thing that I'll be able to do sometimes is just point to different areas, and it's always going to be up to you guys to determine what you want to go after. When we saw that was just this candle here, where it's just getting above the VWAP. So nice little ride on up. Not a bad little play there. You got about 4%, 3%. Not a bad play there on SoFi. Hope you nailed that one, Christopher. And like always, you make your own choice. And what I like about that one is, hey, you nailed it. Then you came back and we're like, yeah, I got that. I got that. Let's keep going.
Sorry, my cat's trying to destroy my desk.
Oh, I know how that one
EVFM
goes.
looks like this is trying to pop over a buck here, by the way, on EVFM.
Wouldn't you know it? SPY faking to the downside again here. We'll see what happens, guys. I was like Q's. Q's probably holding up better than the SPY. Yeah, it is. Q's are holding up better than the SPY. We'll see what happens. Data Dog was up there. We're getting some lift on some names, but now we're starting to see that crashing right back down here. So just be careful on names like that.
EVFM through 99. Let's see if it can take out a buck. Buck, this thing might get interesting.
FIE, maybe see that pull back here to 4. We'll see what happens on that. Tesla. Hanging out there at the
$1
VWAP.
here, EVFM, watching it.
EVFM, guys. EVFM. Check it on out. Trying to pop to the dollar.
And there's a huge seller there, Mitch. Look, oh, they're taking it. They're taking it.
Oh, is it Dollar General? Is it going to $1.25?
No, I don't think it's going to go to $1.25. But let's see. I mean, if it can take one, it can pop a couple of cents here. Maybe even as high as 10 cents. We'll see, though. Really, the first step here is taking one. They chomped part of the offer there, but they need to clear it out for this to keep moving. And they're working on it. So we'll see.
All right, what's going on out there?
Matthew's saying, I miss Zunaid's SPY trades. We all do, man. We all miss Zunaid. Zunaid is awesome. There it goes. EVFM through 1. We all miss Zunaid's trades. He will be back, though.
He will be back, guys. You know, some of us got to take some days off sometimes. Spend some time with the fam. All right, we'll see what happens in the SPY if it cracks through the 370-380 level, or do we just play games some more here down there? You guys can see that even if I'll go towards a 15-minute chart so you guys can see it a little clearer. You can see we've tested this level multiple times. We'll see if we crack it or do we come back on up. Looks like that push candle was just a trap, bull trap there. We'll see if it kind of keeps holding. But the Qs we're holding up better here. We'll see what happens there. Looks like it's buddy time.
No, that was the face of the troublemaker. And as soon as I put his face on the camera, he knew and he booked.
He knew exactly. My cat knows when he's on camera. They know when they're on camera. I don't know what it is, but they know.
They're cats, man. Are you kidding me?
They're like, yo, get me off camera, man.
And Jay, you're right. Jay Rice saying oil getting smoked. We talked about oil being down in the pre-market. It has continued to take the next leg.
Yeah, I'm glad I called out drip. I'm glad I called out drip. Look how the drip has been moving from the open.
Good call, Mitch. Good call. Yeah, you're good with those. I missed that one.
You know what I'm good at, Ryan? Is calling it out but not taking it, man.
Hey, you got to start somewhere, bro. You got to start somewhere.
Hey, that's how it is, guys. This is why sometimes the noise out there can capture you as a trader, right? The noise. But if you kind of focus on areas and you're focusing on what's going on and rotation, that's how you could stay on with the oil trade, right? No one is dropping, no one is getting picked up. Right now, it looked like it was dropping, getting it picked up. Boom, heads down towards the low. Drip is what I want to trade. And sometimes it's going to be tough, right? One of the things is we were looking at a daily support on XOM. Was it going to come into play, which was the 8504? Look how we're down there now towards 83, 85s here. So we've been cracked through the 84s, looking to take out this low 83.50. If there's any area that I'd find for maybe a bounce, it's towards that 83.50. And then maybe we can get a trend of change, a change of trend. But right now it's pointing towards the downside and you're seeing it crack here. Even like Chevron or even Oxy that Warren Buffett went for some more. Look how that's getting cracked. The drip. Got to catch the drip. All right. Is gold getting hurt? Yes, it is.
Yes.
I talked about it. I talked about how the basic materials had turned around and you weren't seeing any basic materials showing strength. What do you get today? Silver down 9%. Coal down 6.8%. Copper down 6%. Gold down 6%. Paper products, aluminum, industrial metals. All these are just getting crushed down. So what does that show us? The commodity trade really coming off here. And we're seeing a lot of downside action. If we wanted to take a look at maybe just some commodities like wheat, we could do corn. And you're seeing what downside action continuing here in a lot of these names here. So just shows me weakness all around right now. And we'll see if natural gas can come back, but it's also looking weak here. Boyle, can you hang on? We'll see. The Widowmaker.
How is natural gas?
Just trying to make some widows, man. Trying to
Silver
create some widows.
Says Chris.
I mean, look at that move in Boyle, and look how quickly it gave it up. So it took what? I mean, and you could maybe we call it from this candle around 2.5 to go up about 170%, but it only took 18 bars or 28 days here for it to go back down 70%. So hey, there you have it there.
We talked about EVFM through 1, pushed as high as 103 so far.
About 2.5 months to go up.
Sal, wish you a great
less than a month
day
to go
too,
down.
man. Thanks for the kind words. I'm sorry for talking over you,
You're
Mitch,
good.
but it sounded
Not a
like
big
Sal
deal.
was trying to get out of here. It is. Thank you for joining us. I'm glad that you enjoy it. We're always open to feedback too on what you want to hear. We're still working on getting Mighty Soldiers on here. Hopefully next week we'll see. But have a great trading day. Thanks for the well wishes.
Great question by Lewis Hamilton here, and shout out to you on your podium finish in 3rd place. I know that you do some trading with us on the side and some racing on the weekends. It's all good, Lewis. So we can get some relief from inflation on the short time frame. Yes, but is it going to show up this month? I think the data, the way that it's taken, is going to lag a little bit. So I'm really looking for some upside coming into maybe in August and September, but I don't see it happening here in early July. I think you'll still see a high inflation reading, even though you're seeing those energy prices and commodity prices come down. It's okay, Lewis. You'll get them next time, kid. I saw you trying to make moves for that 1st place. All right, let's get the boys to 300. Said Grizzly Bull. Is this Grizzly?
All right,
short research? No, I'm just playing.
Mitch, I do have some other stuff I've got to do.
Get on out of here, my friend. Get on out of here.
I got to take care. Now, remember, I am traveling super early tomorrow, so I am not going to be on the show tomorrow. I'm disappointed about it, but I'm going to be back on Thursday, and hopefully we'll be on Friday. We'll see. We'll be around for the happy hour, as always, for all of you Benzinga Pro subs. By the way, if you haven't checked out Benzinga Pro, please do so. It will help you navigate markets like this, I promise, and I would be more than happy to help you use it. So, Mitch, take care of yourself. I'm sorry that you're going to be rolling solo here. You are our ace in the hole, but I promise you I will be back to try to help you as soon as we can. Take care of yourself, everyone.
All right, guys, starting to get that turnaround towards the downside in a lot of stocks here. So I'm looking for some shorts out there. Talked about Roku plenty of times today, so I'm willing to take one more shot here. Want to see a bounce here coming to 87, but I am seeing some wash on out already here. We'll see what happens there. I did give up some gain here in Roku early on in the day. We're looking for a bounce here. Looking also to see some stronger stocks to start getting weak. Apple, looking to see if that it breaks down here and starts breaking down after 3 attempts to break out. 1, 2, 3. Could hold support and take it out on the 139.50, but also breakdown through the 138.50s could get that downside action. We'll see what happens there. SPY is finding some bounce there, but it did crack through the bottom there. Can we get through the lows? We'll see what happens on those. Qs, we're kind of holding on. Now starting to see some weakness, so just be careful on out there. as we see sectors going back into the red, like consumer cyclical back into the red. So you could see a trade like DKNG kind of give up some of those gains that it was holding there. All right, looking around here to see what else is kind of making moves here. If you guys got a stock you guys want to look at, definitely let me know. XOM down there, continuing there. Drip, getting that drip towards the upside. Seeing the SPY continue on down here, trying to break through the low of the days here. All right, seeing that, seeing if the SPY is going to break through the lows here. I wanted to keep on going, but let's get some music on, guys. Let's continue on going, guys. If you guys got something you guys want to check on out, definitely throw it up in the chat. Hit the wrong button there, but hey, let's see what happens here. All right, let's get some tunes on. If you guys got a stock you guys want to check on out, throw it on up. There's the tunes. Let's go, let's go. Seeing the SPY trying to recover there. Tesla looks interesting here. Looking around there, it's just kind of getting slow action now. We're seeing a little bit of a bounce there. ARKK, see that's able to hold the pullback. Make that next leg up. PG looked like a good short after it popped on up, but faded away after the pop. All right, catching up with the chat. I'll go through the stocks that you guys got. I see them. Amazon, says Ron. Take a look. Let's take a look. Amazon showing a little bit of a head and shoulders pattern there around the 110.50s, but this is intraday action on the one. So we'll see if it rejects here from the hourly move. Let's look at the hourly. Hourly is trying to hold a little push back above 110, going towards 114s. Needs to kind of hold that. A breakdown of that would be a push through the 109s on the downside. Could see some retracement and then it catch the 109s. So just watch out. Could pull back here a little bit. SPY trying to hold down there towards the low of the day. TLBS looking for a possible bounce off the 230s. It's still kind of weak right now. It is giving up some of that gain that you had last time. So maybe a 50% retracement of that breakout move. Don't know if you want to call it from that downside action or from this action here. Maybe we could call it from here there. That'd be a 50% right underneath it there on the 235, going to maybe around the 221s and then coming back up through there. That's what I'd want to see hold here. Roku rejecting again, could come on down and start breaking down here. We'll see what happens there. It would break through 86 here on the downside. Let's take a look at the SPY. SPY trying to keep those lows, but can't keep it right now. All right, Mara being brought up here. Mara getting a little bit of a lift on the daily chart, but there's not much here. It's trying, but there's not much. HUT, same thing. Trying, but not much. Para, trying to catch a little bit of a bounce there. Let's take a look at the daily. Nah, this looks like a bearish chart to me, like it wants to break through 24. But it depends if you're trying to see that downside action. All right, let's go. Let's go. F-Wonk. At Formula One. Looks like finally it might be time to sell. I might have to call Spencer, tell him it's time to sell, but we'll see. Looks like it's turning around a little bit. Firm. Trying to hold the gain there. Unity also. Roadblocks trying to hold the breakout. We'll see if the SPY kind of breaks out here. A re-breakout in the SPY, you could see some push on up. AMD near the VWAP there. Looks interesting there if we are going to get a bounce or not here. So you guys got to determine what you guys are going to see, but definitely it doesn't look too bad there. Beyond Meat, not my fan. I'm not a fan, not a fan. With the shortage of food, I think it would cause the price of Beyond Meat to go way too high. And so, yeah, it could be an option, but the price might be too high to even do the Beyond Meat option. So it does have some daily kind of bottoming. So on a longer term, on a daily or swing, I kind of see it. But right now, of course, story-wise, I don't like it. But, hey, it has been trying to push on up there. It has made 1, 2, 3 pushes. Maybe make sure that it holds support down here on the 2664s and takes out 2750 on the upside. SPY trying to catch the bounce, can't catch the bounce. We'll see what happens there. Could see a heavy turnaround after these stocks did push. Talked about Asana. It did continue that push there and then started giving it up now. The Qs, how are the Qs? Qs coming down fast there. Still got about 6 minutes left on this 15-minute candle. These markets are funked up. All right, what would be the cost if it's only veggie based? Why would the cost go up? Because everything's going up, and with inflation, everything goes up. And so, also one thing to keep in mind is packaging going up, everything going up. And remember, when food is cheap, you're probably going to get some options, alternative options that are more healthier, but probably more expensive, right? And in a time where food isn't cheap, probably the alternative is going to be even more expensive than going pure meat. But hey, you go look at the grocery stores. Let me know what you see. Yeah, cheaper isn't edible. NIEO is good. We'll take a look here. yeah, the Fed have everything under control. Don't worry. All right, what'll happen with the SPY? Will be closed down here below the 373.80s on the 15-minute, and we are recovering that slowly but surely. We'll see what happens here. We got about 5 minutes left here on this 5-minute candle, and then it'll close the 15-minute one at 11:15. We'll see if that one gets below the 373 or does it turn back into green. Could see it turn back into green, and then all of a sudden you're getting a push off of VWAPs. So stock like AMD, I'd keep an eye on it to see if it catches that VWAP bounce. All right, let's put it up on the 3 charts here. Let's put the SPY. Let's put AMD. And take a look here to see if we can get that bounce there. All right, keeping a close eye on this AMD. We'll see if we take a shot on AMD here. I feel blessed learning in an environment making money, because when it turns around, I'll be more than ready. That's what it's about, Michael. Right now, especially in bear markets, it's time to learn how do you trade, right? What's your system? Build it so that when things turn around and the environment comes in your favor, you're able to actually have the ammo to go ahead and put it out there, because it's important also to have an ability to have some capital back when the environment helps you. When the environment's going against you, it's it's important to understand that I need to go ahead and hold my capital and not just give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up. All right, so let's see what happens in the SPY. If we can get a turnaround here, that could potentially get us to turn back around on the Qs here. So I'm thinking about AMD here. But I'm going to let it test down through the 73s here. Don't want to jump too quickly. Keeping a closer time frame here. 3, a 5. Watching the 5 to see if it breaks down below it, or we're going to recuperate and turn this candle green. I want to see if AMD can do a little bit of a double bottom here on the 1 minute. Come down right back to like 72.91s, then see the recovery come in. What's up out there, guys? How we doing, traders? No one will pump crude under $75. We'll see what happens there. Let me take a look at some crude here. XOM. Not at 83.65s. Can we get there? Down there towards the next support? We'll see what happens. What do I got the next layer here? All right, 83.34s. And we just ticked down there towards 83.41s. See if it catches some bottom around there, around the 83.50s. SPY trying to come down through there. Now it could flip towards a green candle. What's going to happen to the 15 here? We got about 30 seconds left here. I'm going to make it big so we can watch this. Does it close below that red line or does it close above that red line? It's going to be very vital here to determine where we're going next. Take a look here. We've actually been in a bearish trend for a while now. So looking to see if we turn this around or do we continue breaking down below. And candle closes below. What I usually look for is, do we get an immediate recovery back up there towards 373.80s? If not, it could just continue flushing towards the downside. AMD trying to hold here. A little bit of a bounce back. You can see how we bottomed right at the low of the day and kind of retraced to that. Haven't really broken through the 373.05. Low of the day I have here at 372.90. Closed slightly above, then we came right back to 373.80s. Wouldn't you know it? AMD testing down here. Nice recovery coming in there on AMD. Nice recovery in the SPY here. And look for a tick back and then start joining in the party on AMD. Looking for a tick down here. Still holding here right by VWAP on AMD. We'll look to see if we get entry here. What's going on, guys? I went bigger on that EMPH short. Would have been swimming in my money. Nailed it perfectly. Not a bad one there. EMPH. Nice. Right back down there. Let's take a look at the 5. Oof. Nice reject off that VWAP. All right, nice recovery here for AMD. SPY catching a little bit of a bounce there. All right, just took a little bit there of AMD. Didn't get it there. Hold on. There you go. In there, 73.25s. A little bit of a starter there. Willing to add at VWAP. All right, I want to see the Qs come back there because the Qs were stronger than the SPY. The Qs found a bounce. I want to see them hold on to the trend. So get back on up here, pushing towards the 280s is what we want to see. Push back into this zone. The SPY's so fakey when it gets down here towards important level, and I think that's an important thing to keep watching. If you're getting faked out too often, a lot of things that I would say is using smaller share size to start on the trades can help in that manner. See that trappy nature right by where it's important price points. Now you're seeing that wick come right down back below that the 370, 380s. All right, starting to see a little bit of a push. It's trying there. I'm long right now on AMD. What about BTC? It's a whole nother ball game. How do you find important price points on a daily basis? Well, it's important to just look at the daily charts too. If you look at the daily charts, you can already start seeing some important price points around where you're seeing the holdup of the volume. That's definitely important here. I'm going to try to get an ad here on AMD here. Just added there at the 24s. Want to see VWAP hold now and start pushing there. So did get the ad there on that pullback. Now we're looking for the VWAP to really start holding here. So I don't want to see a test down below that 73.08s. Want it to start pushing through. Close above here is what we want to see. So now that we're starting to get a little bit more ads, we want to start seeing the close come up there towards 73.40s. That's going to give us the bounce. If not, probably get flushed back down here. For SPY, I got you. So daily levels, right? And so what do you have here? You have lows here. Lows 373.80. It's important to watch. And above, where has it been rejecting? Look at the hourly chart. Hourly charts help you also. Another one you could watch is the 4-hour chart. Look how clean it looks for the resistance here and the support right around this candle. So yeah, it could make it to this low, this 372.56, but were you really looking to see if you start breaking through that 373.80s? And does it hold kind of these angles, these angle push? Anything below that could get us down here towards this next gap, which is at 371.81s. And then you really start gapping down here back towards 365. So that's what I'm keeping on watch right now. And that's why you see this 373, it's holding around here so much. rejecting levels that if it does break, could probably bring it down here another, let's say 3 points into the gap. So we'll see what happens there. What do we want to see the SPY do? We want to see the SPY start trying to close back above 373.80s if you're bullish and below 373.50s if you're bearish. See, that recovery candle is not what we wanted to see if you were bearish. You can see the body right here. So we can actually put the body down even to that level here now. Looking for the body, kind of just pulling down the body a little bit here. Don't want to see this get back below 373.60s. It's going to test our position there. You can see here what happened there. High wick on AMD here in the 73.30, 73.40s. Remember I talked about close body up there is what we wanted to see, not just a wick. Wicks show extreme and what selling pressure on both sides. It could be at the bottom or the top. It could be buying pressure. You know what I mean? And so what do you want to see is those bodies getting up there showing you strength. Right now it's not showing me strength, but it could close up there right now and then give me that strength candle. Heading down here, might get stopped out in a second here. Just gonna give it a little bit more. Need to see a quick recovery off of this VWAP here, which is 73.15. Let's start seeing if it can close above that. All right, what's going on out there? When you do your fib on the daily, do you go from the low to the high or high to low when going long? Or do you go by trend? So on dailies, like let's say, give me a stock chart, Renegade, and I'll do it on there. Who's in a great mood? That's kind of hard right now, Art. I mean, a lot going on in this market. Nice recovery there on AMD here. Let's let it push. If it can close up there at 73.40s, I'll add on it and try to keep pushing it to the position. There you go, nice little push there at 73.30s. SPY getting back above that 373.60s. See if we can get a 15-minute and it start going back into the green here. So push back above 374.13s is what I'm looking for, showing me upside going back towards the highs. Qs would show me that high a little bit earlier and be up there towards 280s. Let's see if we get that lift here now. Smash that like, let's go. Palantir, I can do it. Let's take a look. PLTR. All right, Palantir. Here, let's take a look at the daily. All right, so you just filled in some of that gap zone. You're already back up there. And so you can look at the recent move, or you can look at what you're trying to kind of pay attention to, right? And so I think this has been a lot of downside action, so it's kind of tough here to draw a retracement. We can just do it from the bottom. So kind of that down move, where did we retrace to? We actually come from here, actually, is a down move. And so 50% retracement has it right back towards the high where you got there, a high there around 1020. And so that's a move going back into the trend. So it would really need to get back above there to really start looking bullish on the other side, because then you get into above that 50% on the retracement and it starts coming back there towards the high to test the 14. So I would look for a move back above kind of Friday's high, 1016, to look, give me that look that it wants to come back to 12. Qs, what's going on? Fighting, hasn't gotten up there towards the 280s. SPY trying to also, but can't. Might have to get out here. It's not looking good here. Needs a quick recovery. I'm just going to go ahead and get on out here. So just needs to kind of push up back towards the 30s. You see that quick recovery, and now what do we have, right? So I talk about this all the time about the bottoming actions, right? So 1 bottoming action, 2 bottoming actions, 3 just got that 4th attempt. So I'm going to hold towards that support really big here. Willing to add here on the pullback. The 20s, I want to get a little add here. Just got that add there at the 26 mark. Average is at 73.24. Now we want to see it close at 73.30. Risk is 73.10 here. Want to see the SPY start pushing back here. Don't want to see it crack this line here. So you guys can follow that. One of the things that we can also follow is what? We want to start seeing some higher lows getting formed on this chart. So higher lows, higher lows. So maybe it closed up here by 279.30s. What we really want to see is the push towards 280s on the Qs. But even a sign showing higher lows is going to give us a good sign here. Now we're getting that push. Nice little push there in the 73.30s. Now we should really start taking off here if we're going to close above in the 30s and 40s. Got about a couple seconds left here, about 20 seconds. You want to see it close up there in the 30s, and then you can really start seeing it go. SPY should show some bottoming action too. SPY showing bottoming action there. Doesn't look bad. See if the Qs can really take off here. All right, what's going on out there? Smash the like, guys. Do stocks tend to gap down more when there's many day traders making money? I'm not so sure. I mean, that's kind of more of a mentality thing, and maybe you can do the statistical background, but nothing that I see the pattern immediately, Quantum. All right, what's going on out there, guys? Time to go travel Europe with USD to Euro exchange rate right now, huh? Hell yeah. Might have to travel to some Europe. Normally, you lose a decent amount, man. Now it's not looking too bad. AMD, and what does it do? Not close up there, up in the 30s. It quickly rejected there. It did close for a second there, 33, but quick rejection right back down underneath that 30 mark. Could be breaking down here. I'm going to keep a hold here. Giving it a chance to work. Yeah, it's clicking down there. Fast. Out. 73.10s there. Want to respect that. It could come back there and just stop me out there. But my rules say, rule of 3, 4, boom, we should get that breakout. Not a test back down. Definitely got faked out there a little bit on the downside there. Quickly recovered. But I'm okay. I'm willing to get out on the level that I want to get out on versus fighting the trend there. Not seeing the trends continue. Another day with some choppy action in the trading. That's going to do it for us, guys. It's 11:30. I'm going to go ahead and wrap on up. Do me the favor, guys, before you get on out of here, smash that like. Definitely not one of my trades, not one of my best trades. And hey, it happens, guys. It happens. Sometimes it's going to happen. The only thing we can do is keep battling here in the market. But like always, one thing you got to do is know when it's
a trap. It's a trap.
Or times when you got to go ahead and get to the chopper. All right, guys. Up next, you guys are going to be getting into, of course, let me go ahead and hit the save on this. I'm going to get you guys into why Tesla stocks will keep crashing. At least AB thinks so. So go find out from AB how he sees Tesla, and we'll see how we end the day. It was a battle. We'll see what happens at the end. I'll see you guys on Stock Market Movers. That's going to be at 1 p.m. Eastern. And then after that, we'll have 3:30 at the close with me. I'll see you guys then. Let's keep building. Let's go. I can find the out video.